Hi, I'm Dr. Jerry Jampolsky.
And I'm Dr. Diane Cirincione-Jampolsky with another Attitudinal Healing Moment, coming to you from Attitudinal Healing International.
Today we're talking about finding it safe to be vulnerable. And one of the things that we've done since 1975 in the various centers and groups all around the world is create a circle, a family really, where people are there to heal their own minds, not to change other people's attitudes. And so we create a place where people are not making judgments on each other or not interpreting people's behavior, but are there just to share their love to everyone. And it's a very safe place to be because you're not afraid to say anything.
And all the support services are free, and everybody comes for the same purpose, for their own healing. Well, you know, a lot of times people do work in the world and it helps a lot of other people, but oftentimes it doesn't help your own family. I remember when my stepdad of 36 years, Captain Larry Gerard, he was the chief pilot at TWA, when he was in his early 80s, he was diagnosed with Lewy body disease, and it became very debilitating. It was a really hard time for him, and he decided to go to the Center for Attitudinal Healing for support, and I was really delighted. It was all of a sudden I became a family member. I wasn't one of the people connected with Attitudinal Healing. I was just a family member who was someone that I dearly loved, needed support, and he was going to actually get it. And I'll never forget when he came home from one of the meetings one day and shared, he said, you know, I just broke down in the group today and I actually just cried and people just held me. He said, dealing with losing this control in my life, and as chief pilot, I flew 747s and trained other pilots. He was used to being in control of his life. And he said, there was so much love in the room that I felt safe enough in my vulnerability to take off my last mask. I'll never forget when he said that. He said, I felt more like myself than I ever have in my entire adult life.
And he was crying at the time, and you and I were crying at the time.
We were crying too, right. He said, he made a comment and he said, part of me is really sorry that it took me so long to come to this point to really find myself and find that peace. And I said, but you know what, Pop? A lot of people go their whole lives and never found it, but you were able to find it because you decided that you would be vulnerable.
Sometimes we go through life trying to protect ourselves, so we wear all these costumes to protect, so people never know who the real person is. And Larry discovered this as he was facing death. He was afraid to die and afraid to be alone. And it was just wonderful seeing him finding that kind of safety to be his real self, and it allowed us also to learn from him how important it is to not wear costumes and to be real with each other.
He really found freedom in his